No, I heard it, but you know, it's not going to bother me. You know, we're here on the road. You expect that sort of stuff. It's no big deal.
In that inning, Edwin Encarnacion line one off of you. That was probably the closest they came to getting a hit all day. Tell me about that. Where'd it get you?
Right there. You know, just off the forearm, and it is what it is. I went back there, and it kind of knotted up for a second. You know, thank God our trainers did a fantastic job. You know, we got some cool, some stuff on it, kind of like a boxer. You know, when he gets his eye kind of swollen up, and they just kind of rubbed it out, and it went down. So I was able to continue. JP Arencibia. In the 8th inning, there are 12 pitch at bat. You give up the walk, lose the perfect game. What went through your mind then, and how did you stay composed? What an AB. You know, that was an amazing at bat, especially from a guy you know, as young as he is. You know, he really battled, and you know, he's the one that caused me to have a walk. You know. Second Tiger pitcher in Tiger history to have 2 no-hitters. How does that feel? That stat feels great. You know, you know, I'm just excited that you know, I could get this going, and hopefully this gets us going, and you know, we string out some wins here. Justin, congrats on a very big day for you and the team. All right. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Of course, the reason that Justin Verlander was able to finish off the no-hitter was that Mario Impemba and Rod Allen danced very, very lightly on not saying anything about a potential perfect game or a potential no-hitter. Well done, gentlemen, walking that fine line, and you certainly share in Justin Verlander's accomplishment this afternoon.
Well, we do, Keeson. It's very exciting. You know, there are some parallels to the one he threw in 2007 and some differences as well, Rod. And I think when you look at some of the parallels, there's no question that he was dominant with his stuff. He was throwing 100 miles an hour late in the game, but he struck out few in this game, only 4 compared to 12 in his first one. So he got it done in a different way. But when you add it all up, the dominance was just so simply impressive that sometimes you're just in awe of what this guy can do.
Well, he really just went out and owned it today. I mean, there's no debate about that. And we talk about Verlander every 5th day, that he has that kind of ability. He has that kind of electricity in his right arm that he can throw a no-hitter. And he went out today, and against a Blue Jays team that swung the bats pretty well last night, he just slowed him down. I mean, he got lots of ground balls early. He was pitching to contact. He was right around 92 to 93 with his fastball in the first 3 innings. He throttled up a little bit in the 5th inning on through the 9th inning, got up to 100 miles an hour. He helped himself out with a tremendous play right there. Just a tremendous day. And people in Detroit, you ought to feel very, very fortunate that you have an opportunity every 5th day to watch a guy like Justin Verlander pitch for your club, because I don't think we've seen the last no-hitter from Justin Verlander. That's just how impressive he is and can be on any given day.
And, of course, the 9th inning was one that happened very quickly. He got the pop-up, he got the ground ball, and Rajai Davis seemed to be no match for the breaking ball to end the game. And there you have it, the second no-hitter in the career of Justin Verlander. Not to mention the bath, and Trevor Thompson, of course, now needs to go back to the clothing store to find the new suit.
Trev got the most of that.
Well, I know we love to worry about things. We went back and put a clock on the time from his last pitch in the 8th inning to his first pitch in the 9th inning. It was 20 minutes and 18 seconds because the Tigers did have that long at bat in the top of the 9th. How much concern was there in the broadcast booth about perhaps it throwing off JV's rhythm as he was trying to, I guess, achieve another little piece of history?
Well, you know, I didn't worry about it all that much because earlier in the game he had withstood a longer drought. I think a longer half inning for the Tigers in terms of scoring some runs to get some offense going for him. But, you know, it's later in the game and you wonder if you start to stiffen up a little bit. So there may have been some concern. To be honest, I didn't even think about it. Did you?
Yeah, I did think about it. I was a little bit concerned. As a matter of fact, I got on my talk back and was talking to the guys in the truck, and I was asking them how long had he been sitting. And at that time it was about 15 minutes. And then came a couple more base hits, and then they had a pitching change. So I'd have to say, John, I was a little concerned with the fact that he had sat so long there in that 9th inning.
Well, here's what we've established. Mario worries about almost nothing. He's just living life just calmly, casually. That's why
Mario was thinking about his call in the
down to 100. He's still pumping it up there 100 miles an hour. That one 97 to Scott Sizemore. Got it. Sizemore gloves it. 1 out we got. David Cooper popping out. Then John McDonald. Grounder in the middle. Look at Verlander giving the effort. Easy, big fella. You got a guy out there. Sizemore makes the play for the out. 2 we got. And Rajai Davis now. Everybody on the edge of their seats.
The windup. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Justin Verlander has done it again. His second career no-hitter.
Verlander. Another hug from Leland. Same kind. Tigers win at 9-zip. Verlander on the second time around.
I felt like tonight I had really good control of my fastball, and I just used that to my advantage. I got some quick outs with it. My changeup was really good, and my breaking ball is surprisingly my worst pitch. That's it's probably indicative of why I didn't have many strikeouts, but I was just able to move the ball around, keep guys off balance, and get some quick outs. I was a lot more calm today. Obviously there's some adrenaline, you can't help it, but having been through the situation before, I was definitely able to calm myself down a little bit easier than last time.
Dallas Braden threw a perfect game on Mother's Day last year. You get a no-hitter on the eve of Mother's Day this year. How special is that?
On the eve of Mother's Day. I wish there was one more day so I could tell my mom I love her so much, and that was for her, but it was anyway, but happy Mother's Day to all the moms, by the way.
No-hitters, and the second to do it with the Tigers, joining Virgil Trucks. He allowed no hits while striking out 12, walking 4 in that game against the Brewers. This one walked 1, struck out only 4, as he mentioned. Verlander's no-no, just the 7th in Tigers history. Only the Pirates have fewer among teams to debut prior to the expansion year. The Jays had not been no hit in 20 years. The last guy to do it was Nolan Ryan. Steve Berthume leads a BBTN Baseball Tonight discussion of Verlander's nothingness.
Steve Berthume here with Nomar Garciaparra and Mark Mulder. It's funny, guys, you watch the Justin Verlander no-hitter. Here's a guy throwing 101 miles an hour in the 8th inning mark, yet he only finished the game with 4 strikeouts. How does he throw a no-hitter 101 miles an hour and only get 4 Ks?
What makes him so good is the stuff that he has, and he pitches to contact, which keeps his pitch count down, allows him to go deeper into games. I think if he wanted to, he could strike out a lot more guys. But he chooses not to. He gets ahead and stays ahead, and he pitches to contact.
Well, now when pitch counts are so important, that's exactly why you pitch to contact, so you can be efficient, because he wants to close every game. He wants to finish it out. He doesn't want to come out in the 7th, so he's pitching to contact. But not only that, guys have to be aggressive against him. I know as a hitter, I don't want to fall behind 0-1, 0-2 with the stuff that he has so he can strike me out. I'm going out there and I'm swinging, and I may not get the best pitch, or he's got movement on his pitches, and it's 101 miles an hour. I'm putting it in play and not finding a hole.
So would they discuss that then, Nomar, in the dugout, and then Mark, would Justin not look for that later in the game?
No, as a pitcher, you know that they're going to be aggressive against you, but you just need to make good pitches, which he can do with his fastball. His fastball location is outstanding for as hard as he throws, and that really helps him against hitters who are going to be very aggressive against him.
And I find no problem to be aggressive, but there are certain guys that you have to be to give yourself a chance. Just trust me, you do not want to fall behind a guy like Verlander, Cliff Lee, who gets ahead of everybody as well and have strikeout stuff. These pitchers that do that, Felix Hernandez, don't get behind. Go out there and try to bring the game to them and attack them.
No one. Some of the all-time greats, Nolan Ryan, Cy Young, Sandy Koufax, and now Justin Verlander, the ace of the Tigers, getting the start in Toronto. And he got off to a fast start, bottom of the 3rd. John McDonald at the plate for the Blue Jays, caught looking at strike 3.